Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Discard Dead, where we like to open boosters and boxes of dead and out-of-print trading card games. So today I've got another booster medley. I do only have 6 packs this time. I've got a pack of the Monty Python and the Holy Grail game. We've got Tomb Raider, we've got X-Men, we've got Huntik, Secrets and Seekers. Nightmare Before Christmas, Christmas Town expansion, and we also have a pack of the Yokai Watch trading card game. Last time I had a big fat pack of the Little Mermaid cards, so I'm going to kind of continue that trend a little bit with a pack of the Marvel Universe Series 2 trading cards and a pack of Steven Universe. I'm going to do these chronologically. First of which, we're going to be doing the Monty Python and the Holy Grail card game. So this was released by Kenzer and Company in 1996 in June. There are 15 cards in the pack. Let's just get into it. So I've had the pleasure of opening a pack of this and a deck beforehand. Well, the deck itself was actually already opened and unsealed, but so we've got a page. We've got Nigel the Page, we've got Bry the Page, we've Plague-Ridden Village, Anarcho-Syndicalist Commune, we've got Maggie the Page, the Cave of Kar Banog, the Frozen Land of Nador, Write Your Own Taunt. So one of the interesting things about this game is that there are make your own cards. You can write taunts down to nullify one of your opponent's attacks or invasions into their castles. Sir Gawain, Sir Perimenes, the Red Knight, Brave Sir Robin song. We've got Sank into the Swamp, an Idiom, a Mistake, Church Influence. So there's no, I don't think there's actually any real way to determine whether a card is rare or uncommon or common. There's heaps of different cards in this game. There are, oh my gosh, let's see. There are adversaries, castles, events, items, knights, lands, pages, personas, songs, taunts, villages, and of course, what would a quest for the Holy Grail be without questions 3? So for the game itself, players will journey around England, searching for the mystical land of Avalon in search of the Grail. Your knights are accompanied by pages, and as they travel through the lands, they visit villages, defeating enemy knights, sacking castles, and answering riddles in order to claim the prize. There's 314 cards in the first set. There was an expansion released 4 years later, which is a weird amount of time between a base set and its first expansion. That was only ever released in starter decks though, with 158 cards in that set. Gameplay itself is confusing at best. There are a couple of files on Board Game Geek that sort of help to minimize the confusion and sort of make it a bit clearer to play. I do however like the song cards, where you can just stand up and sing a song from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. There's no real artwork to speak of. The artwork is pretty much just stills from the movie. You can tell that it's not really the best kind of image quality. But the cards feel nice. The centering of the cards is pretty good. Yeah, the card back is really nice too. I do like that. There's actually a little joke in the set where there's a card. In the checklists for the set, there's a card called the Spanish Inquisition. And if you're familiar with Monty Python, nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition. And apparently it's actually a joke because the card doesn't actually exist. Moving on. We're going to open a pack of Tomb Raider. So released by Precedence in August of 1999. Precedence was the same company that did the Terminator card game. So basically this game is about two. Wow, all right, off the bat. I think that's actually an ultra rare card. Secret move number 9, 3 of a kind. Wow. If you have a backpack, you can discard 3 cards of the same type from your hand, take the first card of the same type from your deck, then shuffle. Wow, okay. Awesome. So the game itself is about raiding tombs. It's kind of interesting. The game itself feels more like a board game. In the starter decks, you actually get a depth counter or a depth measuring tape to show you how far down into the ruins, dungeon, tomb that you're raiding. There's a bunch of different cards. We've got actions, we've got item discoveries, Atlantis location, actions, trap obstacles, item discovery. So the interesting thing about this game is that you have got each location card has a number of arrows which tell you where you can place the next location card. Starter decks actually come with a little miniature to show where you are in the tomb or wherever. Each trap and each item, most items and traps and locations have these little icons. There's 4 different icons. There's fight, think, move, and I think search or investigate. And a lot of it, like for traps, for example, you use this is sort of like a difficulty rating. And so you take your Tomb Raider's stat, which will be on its character card, and you roll a die and you add it to it to sort of beat the challenge. I honestly don't know much about it, but it looks really interesting. It looks like the kind of game that would be more suited to a board game. There's the base set. The first expansion I think was called Slippery When Wet, which introduces water and air supply mechanics. And there's Big Guns as the second expansion. There was a third one apparently that wasn't released. The game itself had a bit of interest. There's a number of places that do tournaments for this, I think in America, but this kind of never really took off in Australia that much, I think. All right, moving on. Okay, so we've got the X-Men trading card game. This was released by Wizards of the Coast in the year 2000 in July. This was actually released to accompany the release of the X-Men movie in the year 2000. There's missions, power-ups, characters, and lightning cards and momentums. You basically set up a team of X-Men mutants or villains. Each of them have stats, which then... This is another game that has a dice rolling mechanic. It was a bit of it wasn't really... I don't think it was a well-received mechanic because in addition to having to play cards like missions and momentums to attack an opponent, you also had to roll a die for damage. And if you didn't roll well, then it would kind of hinder your chance of victory. As turns went on, the more rounds that have been completed, you have a danger room level, and cards with a higher danger room level can only be played when that number of turns have been completed. Yeah, that's about it. Sorry. Hang on. Hi everybody, I'm back. Sorry, just after that little incident. Had an issue halfway through the X-Men card game booster. I came back, went over it, then I opened the Huntik, Yokai Watch, and Nightmare Before Christmas packs. Went over them, discussed them, and then my device decided to just stop working, and I'd lost that recording. So I'm going to go back over it just quickly. I'm just going to touch up on it. Obviously, I can't reopen the packs because the packs are ruined. So anyway, back on the X-Men card game. So the way the game itself worked is that you've got missions, you've got momentums, you've got power-ups, you've also got lightning cards, and you've also got characters. So you can have each character, each X-Men card has got a little points value attached to it. You can have up to 30 points in total. During the turn, you can choose one of your X-Men to be a leader, and then you can use that leader to play mission cards to attack the villains. You have X-Men cards on your side of the field, you've got villains in the middle, which can be a combination of yours, your opponent's, or both, and you've got your opponent's X-Men here. During your turn, you select mission cards depending on the danger room level and the color, and you match that to your selected team leader. You combine the strength of the mission card and the color, the statistic strength of the X-Men of that color. They go against the villain's color, and if you win, then you can roll a number of dice, and they do different things like deal damage, activate mutant powers, whatever. You can also tap X-Men to play power-up cards. Again, color and danger room level are important. The danger room level is you can only play danger room level cards of a certain level after so many turns have passed. So if I wanted to play a fastball special, I need to wait for at least 9 turns to have passed. After you attack a villain with your X-Men, then you can use the villains to attack your opponent's X-Men. You win if you can knock out 2 villains, or if your opponent has no more X-Men left. All right. Okay, so I'm going to go over the Huntik pack. So there's a rare card as a foil. Every other card has no real discernible rarity. You can't tell if it's a common or an uncommon. But you've got minor heroes, you've got exhaust actions, you've got feature obstacles, you've got major heroes as well. You've got good and evil characters. I don't know how the game is played, I'm sorry. I couldn't find any real information on how to play it. It is based on an animated series of the same name. When you play characters or their summons, which are called Titans, they go into different zones, and zones can be moved around and shifted. You play items to boost your heroes or their summons, etc. The Nightmare Before Christmas game. Luckily, I managed to pull an ultra rare card, which are the only foil cards in the sets, apparently. The rarities in here, you get 7 commons, you get 3 uncommons, and you get a rare card. I think the ultra rare or super rare, whatever it's called, I think that takes up a common slot or an uncommon slot. I'm not too sure. But you have surprises, which are little tricks that happen during the game. You've got characters, you've got locations, and then you've got more surprises. And then you've got creations. Creations are important for, I think if you've got more creations, then you can go first. When you take turns during this, you and your opponents all take turns together. You draw cards and you perform your starting actions first, and then whoever it is that has the most creations then gets play priority, and then priority is switched over. You can play characters to locations. The amount of points that a character has is you can play a certain number up to how many points are on a location. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I'm a little bit flustered. I'm trying to get through this and I'm irritated. Then we have the Yokai Watch card game. Again, this is another game that doesn't have any real discernible rarity. Except if it's a foil card, it must be rare. Then you've got actions and yokai cards. Each player has 3 life points, and you deplete those life points by attacking with yokais. Yokai medals, which were released before, you can use those in the game as well if you have a yokai medal of the same type and you attack with a yokai. If that medal matches that yokai's type or tribe, then it will get a boost, so Castellius will get a plus 200 power boost if it gets a successful coin flip. You can increase a yokai's power by placing cards of the same name on top of it. So for every other Castellius 2 card that I have underneath the top one, it gets an extra 200 power. Most yokai cards only have flavor text, but some of the more rarer ones or some other ones might have abilities which you can then combo up with or give yourself a bit of an edge. Actions can be played to increase a yokai's power or do other cool effects. All right, so sorry about that, guys. Okay, so now we've got our trading card packs. We've got the Marvel Universe Series 2 and Steven Universe. So from Impel Marketing in 1991 came the Marvel Universe Series Trading 2 card set, featuring heroes and villains from various Marvel intellectual properties. There are, oh man, this is so awesome. I used to collect these when I was a kid. This is wild. Alright, so there are, let's see. There's 167 cards in the set, including 5 holographic cards, which are going to be like the big ones. There are 54 heroes, 36... Oh my gosh, what? Sorry, so this is one of the 5 holographic cards in the entire set. They feature... these are like arch enemy cards, and they depict clashes between heroes and their... Oh, that's so awesome. They depict clashes between heroes and their either first villains or some of their iconic enemies. That just makes it I've lost my place. So again, so there's 54 hero cards, there's 36 villains, 36 arch nemesis groups, arch nemesis, weapons and legends and rookies, etc. We've got Ultron, Thor, that's so cool. We've got Captain America's shield, Jigsaw, Death's Head as a superhero. We've got Wolverine vs. Hulk. We've got checklists. Yeah, there's checklist cards in here. Cyclops, Lizard, Silver Surfer vs. Mephisto, Captain America, and Green Goblin. Oh man, some absolutely iconic characters. So on the back of each character card, let's go check out the shields. Yeah, okay. So the shields have got this, the items or weapons have got this really nice sort of blue and white scheme. Characters will have all the different stats. They've got, you know, real name, their affiliations, a bit of history about it, and a nice little, a nice little bit of info. So even back then, even back in 1991, Cap is the only mortal human ever to live, Mjolnir, the mystic hammer of Thor. Sorry, I'm really excited about these cards. These are so good. I have to save these up straight away. Yeah, when I was a kid, I spent a lot of pocket money, collecting trading cards. I used to collect a lot of the Spider-Man trading cards. I only briefly touched on these ones. because the shops I used to go to would never really stock these. The card shops I used to go to would have these. It was only by rare chance that another shop that I visited once when I was on a holiday had some, and I just spent all the money that I had buying as many packs as they had there. Which I think, considering how much money I had when I was a kid, I think I only got like 4 or 5 packs. This is awesome. No. Sorry guys, I'm wasting your time doing this, but I have to get this done. That's beautiful. I've had a lot of luck today, actually, pulling holographic cards. That's crazy. Anyway, okay, so back to the openings. Down to the last pack, we've got a pack of Steven Universe from Cryptozoic. So in 2019, this was released. If you don't know anything about Steven Universe, it is an adorable series about a little kid who lives with these living crystals. Okay. So we've got memories of her, searching for my dad, feeling blue. Oh, cool. We've got a Malachite fusion card and bubbling bismuth. So there's a number of different subsets. You've got your standard cards. There's like 72 cards in the basic set. You've got sketch cards, which have unique pieces of artwork by various artists. You've got records, or are they records, or what are they called? What are these ones called again? Greatest hits. Sorry, greatest hits. And then you've got fusion cards. You've also got there's another couple of others. But normally these cards will have a gold sort of foiling effect. But there's also like in a lot of card games where you have like a foil version of it. So Magic the Gathering would have, foils of every card in whatever set. Pokemon cards have got their reverse foils or reverse hollows or whatever. So the reverse for this set is a nice metallic pink foiling on the card there, so that's great. Malachite. I've actually already opened a couple of packs of the Steven Universe cards. I got pretty lucky. I pulled I got one of the greatest hits, got a couple of fusions, I got a sketch card as well. So I might be inclined to actually open a box for the channel. I know it's not a trading card game, but it honestly is just such a beautiful set. It's a beautiful set based on a beautiful series. Yeah, guys, like that was my slightly disjointed booster medley too. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Sorry about the slight hiccup with the other packs at the end, but yeah, if you have any suggestions on future videos, if there's a card game that you used to play that you'd like to see opened, let me know and I'll try and source it. Yeah, just you guys stay safe, and yeah, hope you guys are having fun. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you. Bye.